Good morning, my dear students. So our subject today is Introduction to Philosophy. And also this subject which explores the fundamental concept that underpin our understanding of reality, knowledge, and existence. So one such concept is the relationship between the subject and the object, which is essential for understanding how we can perceive the world and how we construct meaning within it. So, are you ready? Okay, let's start from this stuff. In this slide, we'll be answering this question. How can I live in this world as both a subject and an object? In your own understanding class, how can you live in this world as both a subject and an object? Okay, living in the world as both a subject and object means understanding that you are a both thinker and a part of these things you experience. So here are simple way to think about it. So being a subject, you're the subject when you think, feel, and experience things. So you have thoughts, emotions, and sensations that make up your inner world. When you make choices, learn new things, or feel happy or sad, you're acting as a subject. But when I say object, being an object class, at the same time, you're also an object in the world. This means you are a part of the external world that others can see, interact with, and perceive. Your body, actions, and the way you appear to others make up your external presence or object status. So living as both a subject and object means balancing your inner experiences with how you interact with the other world outside yourself. It involves being aware of your thoughts and feelings while also considering you or how it affects and are affected by the people and things around you. For example, when you talk to a friend, you're a subject because you are thinking and expressing yourself, but you're also an object because your friend sees and hears you. Likewise, when you enjoy a beautiful sunset, you are the subject, experiencing the beauty, but you're also an object in the scene, being a part of the landscape. Understanding yourself as both subject and it can help you navigate life with a deeper awareness of your own experiences and how you relate to the world around you. So living as both subject and object means understanding that you're both someone who thinks, feels things like happiness, sadness, or excitement, and also someone others can see and interact with, like when you talk to friends or do things others can notice, about knowing yourself from the inside and how you fit in the world outside. So you're like a person with thoughts and feelings, but you're also like a character that others can see and know you. In philosophy, we we talk about the subject and the object. Let's break it down. The subject, this is you, your thoughts, feelings, and experiences. It is basically in your mind and everything going on inside it. So the object, this is everything outside of you, like people, objects, and events. It is the world around you. When we talk about self as subject and object, we take into account that experiences, the effect of these experiences on us, the influence of the external world, and the relationship of our thoughts, actions, and responses with the external world. We become two things at the same time, being the subject and the object. So understanding the subject and the object help us figure out how we know things, what's real, and even how we should act towards others. It is like looking at the big questions through the lens of our own minds and the world around us. So a subject, it is a persevere, conscious of his experiences, whereas persevere observe and object. A person is always both a subject and object who lives interdependently with other subject and other an object in this world. Gabriel Marcel stated that thought an individual believes he or she is a living object. He or she is pressured to show that his life is more important than just living. Marcel reflected on the meaning of living and the existence of oneself in the world. He noted that a person believes that the things he or she rumored surrounds himself with make his or her life more significant. The focus is on what he or she can have rather than what he or she is going to be. He uses a reflection, which is the awareness of situation in life and their stages. So the first stage is primary reflection, which emphasizes the relationship of the person as a living object to the world. In the first stage of reflection, the individual separates himself from his own body and what he is observing. He becomes an observer of his body, separated from it, and his body becomes the object. So he will have thoughts about the body as an observer. For example, you touch your pocket and find out that your pen is missing. As an observer, you will reflect on the events that have taken place before you notice that you lost your pen. You may come up with the following reflections. First reflection, you went to the library and left the pen on the table. You observe how forgetful that body was. Second, you lent your pen to your classmate. You observe how kind that body was. And the third one is you thought your pen was in your pocket, but you did not buy one. You observe how responsible that body was. The second stage is the secondary reflection. So, which emphasizes an individual cannot be separated from others and that he is always a part of what he is observing. So, its goal is to reflect on the primary reflection. So, instead of separating from his body as an observer, he remains in his body as he observed what he is experiencing. From the example of on primary reflection, you do not describe your body as a distant observer. You feel and understand the situation that you could not find your pen in your pockets. Let us say the examination was about to start and you could not find your pen. So you become nervous, thinking about how are you going to take the examination since you do not have a spare pen. That's the secondary reflection. Benefits of reflection to oneself. First, it helps the person become aware of what his or her body needs. Second one, it helps the person become responsible for what he or she possesses. It helps the person build an accountable relationship with others. When you are aware of your own body, you will nourish it. Can you suggest ways how to make yourself healthy? The question may include ways to become emotionally, physically, and mentally and spiritually healthy. Reflection helps you take care of what you have. For example, you value your family. Therefore, you think that obeying your parents' rules and regulations will help the family stay together. In the same way, if you have a new mobile phone, you will you will buy a case for it to avoid dents. By this time, you already know that you are not an island. You always interact with other people. This allows you to build a relationship with them. In what ways can you strengthen your relationship with your friends? In this time, the application of the two stages of reflection. So you get one half crosswise of paper and you take the pictures for this activity in order for you to copy the question and answer it and submit it after the class session. First question. How would you feel if other people talk behind your back? So what is your feeling about that? No, you write it in a one half crosswise. The second question. What do you think could be a situation that would have people talk behind your back? So you have two questions. So you answer this one in a one half crosswise, and I will assign your president to collect the paper or the one half crosswise or your answers. So in this slide, so we must dig deeper, no? In existentialism, philosophers believe that the freedom is part of our existence. However, it always comes with a big responsibility to oneself and the way we interact with others. So humans are free to interact with others, but we cannot do whatever we want. We must consider the effects and the outcomes of our words, actions, values, and principles, and most of all, the moral standards to our family, friends, and community, and also with the society. And that would be all this morning, and goodbye, everyone.